Metaprograms. So metaprograms are an unconscious filter. We remember back to the cauliflower.
Yes,
the brain. There are many metaprograms, at least 18 of them, and we're just going to concentrate on 3 today. So just bringing awareness to you, really.
Yes, I understand.
So one of the really interesting metaprograms is, are you a big picture person or a detail person? So if I were to ask you, if we were doing a project together, would you want to know the big picture or the detail first? What would you say?
Indubitably a big picture person.
Okay. And then would you really need to know the detail?
No.
Okay.
No, I would leave that for somebody else to fill in the details.
And that's really interesting. I'm a big picture person, but at some stage I need to know the detail. So if I'm going on holiday or something, I get my husband to book the flights, and I know I'm going to wherever it is.
That's the picture, but
and
then
2 days beforehand I've got to know which airport and what I've got to pack. So interesting when you think about who you're working with, or whether they're big picture or detail, and just, you know, being able to use that. So it's a sort of rapport building. So if someone just does detail, then you can just do detail. You'll get on with them so much better than if you continue doing the big picture.
I think from my job, for the work that I do, I actually have to reflect that language as well.
Mm.
And so for me, if they're a process person, for instance, I use the word step by step.
Yes.
Because they understand that as a process person.
Or does it make sense?
Yes.
I find myself saying that a lot.
Yeah. So I understand. I understand that I have to reflect and mirror the person that I'm dealing with, and I believe I'll get a lot more out of it.
Fabulous.
Because I'm not fighting them, and they get it. They dig it from me. Would that be?
Yeah. The second one that we're going to talk about is what we call a frame of reference. Whether that's internal or external. So that's about how you know you're doing a good job. So if I ask you, how do you know that you're doing a good job? What would you say?
From a physical perspective, there's obviously feedback physically. If there's a physical feedback. The recognition and approbation that I mentioned earlier as part of my values and beliefs are a key indicator as to my performance, and also how I feel.
Okay, so that is important as well. Do you know inside you're doing a good job? Or
yes, not? Yes. The flow of the whole relationship is constantly feeding back to me, saying that this is going well or not.
Yes, and is that more important, your internal thing, or is the recognition and external?
I think if you ask me to prioritise that list, it would be internally first.
Okay, but then you need to have
and
the
I need that external
as well.
Yeah.
And you notice that some people always need an external check, and they don't really know whether they're doing a good job or not until someone tells them.
Yes,
that's really interesting from a team perspective. And
yes,
knowing that about, you know, if you're working with teams or working with clients, it's probably a key question.
Yeah, some people need it told, and some people have it told.
And the people that don't need to be told, if they are told, they'll just get irritated because they know anyway. It's interesting.
I hadn't seen it that way.
And the third one that I want to talk about is motivation direction. So when we've done your values, remind me which your top one was?
Recognition.
Is it?
No, it's not. It's dependability. I said it the first time. And then, they are here. Dependability, courage, accomplishment and recognition.
Okay. So from a dependability point of view, you either think that dependability is the utmost thing that you can do, or you're moving away from being undependable. Does that make sense?
No.
So if you take me, why is fun a value to me?
Mm-hmm.
So if I was to ask myself that, it's because when I'm having fun, everything seems great.
Yes.
But I also have this little bit of, if I'm not having fun, there's no point in anything, which is an away from.
Yes, I understand that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I understand that.
So if I was to ask you why dependability is important to you, what would you say?
Dependability is important to me because I feel I have a deep sense of responsibility towards the effect that I'm going to make on somebody's life.
Mm-hmm.
in the job that I do. I have a huge responsibility, and I want to be depended on. I want to take charge. I want to take responsibility for their change, for their learning, for this work that I do with them.
And why is that important?
For the recognition.
Yeah, and why is that important?
Because I want to be accomplished.
Okay. Nothing about moving away from not being recognised.
Well,
I'm just thinking about previous conversations.
Yes, there is a connection there, and I think that from the point of view of like perhaps working with the workbook and being able to go through that again, I absolutely see that very clear what you're trying to say. So it would be interesting for me to go through that process.
Yes, yeah, cool. So we've talked about 3 of the meta programs.
Yes.
This book here by Shelley Rose Charvet, which is about the lab profile, is a key one that looks at meta programs as well. So if you're interested in finding out more, that's a key book.
What's that called?
It's called Words That Change Minds, and it's by Shelley Rose Charvet. But just what you've learnt about yourself and what you can spot in others is really interesting.
And I think what I found interesting was the recognition and the recognising of that we are different. And if you can match and mirror, I'm going to be far more successful in my whole approach to it.
Yes, and understanding which way you're motivated.
Yes.
So, that's really key. If you've got someone that's motivated by success in a work situation, it's important to know whether they're totally motivated towards success or whether they're motivated by not failing.
Yeah.
That's the key.
No, I understand that. That was very insightful.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.